actually logged in. I couldn't get Facebook to show that I was live, so I had to go check YouTube and all that. So, looks like I'm live. Let me see if I can find it. I see one person's on. I can't tell who that is. If you are watching me live on Facebook, please comment so I can see who it is and say hello. Let's see. I have a mess on my desk. I was in a hurry to get this card made today, and I just didn't. So, that was a perfect time for me to make dinner and make Steve's dinner and get him out of here. So, okay, so and this is the Floral Charm paper pack. And I've already used a bunch of it, but it has, let me see, it has Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, and Timid Tiger. Maybe I should introduce myself to you. I'm Janice Wilson with Scrap Till You Snap. Thanks for coming by. I'm going to put this out of the way. I'm going to 4%. I'm not using it as a camera, so it's not any big deal, but I might want to use it when I get done and go relax. So, I do have a question for you, and I'll show that here in just a second. Let me change so you can see my desk. See what a messy person I am. I have all the dies spread out over here, and I've got some of the pieces cut and all of that. So, I'm having a problem though. You see this? When I print pictures, that's all I get. That's not a very good view of what I'm supposed to make tonight. So, if you know Jet Pro, let me know, because I can't print anything at the moment. Okay, so I'm getting things out of my way that I'm not going to use. I need to get my dies in here. I still have some die cutting to do, and I have some embossing. I'm using the, what is it called? Textured brick, I think it is. It's really cool. I love this one, so I use it a lot. You've probably seen a lot of mine. I'm going to take some of the scraps and get rid of them so that they're not so much in my way. Okay, so let me show you the card I made earlier, if I can find it. This Faith Collection and also the Branching Out. I'm using the Branching Out dies, which cuts out these pieces here. I think you can see those pretty good. And then the cross is actually 2 pieces from the, let me look at the name again, Faith Collection. I don't know why that's so hard. So there's 2 pieces here that you cut out and layer on top so you can make the wood look on the cross. Okay, so this is an easel card, so I just took it. I meant to put white down here, but I got distracted and, didn't. So I'll have to put another piece in there. Maybe I can use a small piece like this and put my name and a little message on it. You won't be able to see it, so it could be bigger, but I think that would work too. So anyway, this sits up like this, so people can, when you send it out, you can, I don't know how you can see that any better. You can have this sitting on your desk, right, so that you can, it'll be on display, basically. So that's all I did. And I can't find one of the words. I can't find my little stamp that says He is risen, which I wanted to put below the cross here. But instead, I just went ahead with the inside sentiment that says, let faith be bigger than your fears. Alright, so that's the word that I think I'm going to do next. So let me just get some of this mess out of the way. Let me see. I colored in the flowers already. So, oh, where'd it go? There it is. Okay, I colored in the flowers, and then, let's see if I have all my pieces here that I think I wanted. That. Let me see, where did it, let me look at my image and see what they did there. Oh, they just didn't have this green piece. So I probably should have a little bit bigger piece here so we can see more of that beautiful paper. I have more of that beautiful paper, so let me get that die cut real quick. I think that's the biggest one. I think it is. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to position this on here. Can you see this okay? Let me move this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, now I can't see the screen to tell you what I'm looking for. I'm just going to move this over a little bit so that now it's wanting to change screens on me, and that's not what I want. I just want to move the box out of my way. Let me see if I can still see comments. I think I better leave it alone. I better quit messing with things, or I'm really going to mess it up. Okay, so I'm going to cut the biggest one here because this will go on my card front, right? And then it'll be like this. So you'll get to see more of this beautiful paper. And you probably can't see that, huh? Let me move these out of the way so you can see it up here. Is that better? Ah, better. Okay, so I'm going to use this and just put this, okay? Now, on that one, I did use some pop up the cross. I'm just going to go right, I don't know, do I want to do this one? I want to make sure the whole thing is on there. That way we get all the beautiful flowers in there, okay? I'm going to tape this down so that it doesn't come loose. Put it in my die cutter right here. So, I've had a couple of questions about the new catalog. I have to have the order in to send out to you guys the end of March. So, I've asked for you guys to make sure your addresses are in there. I have 3 of you who still have not either saved an address or opted in for communication. If you don't opt in for communication, technically I'm not supposed to send you one even by my personal mail. But the company can't send one out because it won't populate your address into the shipping labels. So if you have not saved your address in Stampin' Up! Or you have not opted in for communication, you get a box of catalogs, which I don't normally do. Because then I have all these in, and you want a catalog, either opt in the Stampin' Up! Communications. I don't think they send out a lot. I get them because I'm a demonstrator, but I don't think you get a lot from my understanding. So I could be wrong on that. Let me take a look and see if there's any comments out here so I can see who... Oh, hi, Katie. Can you hear me okay? I hope so. Now let me see. I'll go back to that screen. Okay. And I got to bring the other one up too because I won't be able to see what I'm doing. I have this image, but it's a little different than my sample I'm using. So, I'm going to use a top fold card here. So it's going to stand up on your desk. And then just start layering these up. Now, if you wanted to, you could put another layer here of a different color or something like that, and then maybe texturize it with the embossing folders. What I had planned to do was to run this one through the embossing folder to give it a little texture. That's what I did with this one, and I'll see if I can bring it up. If that was a bigger frame, there would be more. But let me do that real quick so we can get some more. I went live, but I took too long eating dinner. Didn't get back in here. Alright, so I'm putting it in the area. There are brick here, and then there's this textured area. I have to use the number 1 and the number 4 for my, you can't even see the number on there, but I'm sure this works with the physics machine. I think this one was made by Berea, which is basic from. I'll get my words right here soon. Okay, so there you can see some of the texture on that. But that's going to be mostly hidden by the white piece. Gave it a little extra. If I can get the name, I can't remember this name. Faith Collection stamp set has a stamp here that's the cross, and it's open, and then it has all these leaves around it. So I'm going to do it in Old Olive. I'm going to stamp it in Old Olive. I'll get my word. Okay, so bubbles on the ink that it kind of gets smushed in. Now I'm going to just try to line this up where I can see through it. Earlier I stamped. Okay, so I'm just pressing down really good and letting that ink soak in, because I want it to be really alright, so I'm going to close the ink pad so I don't get ink everywhere. Put that back on my handy dandy little shelf back there. Okay, now I'm going to adhere this piece to this. It's in the frame so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just adding adhesive to the back. Whoop. Here. I think that's pretty good. Alright, now I'm going to put my cross here. It is our paper is our cardstock. Our 12 by 12 cardstock is double-sided. So one side is lighter than the other. This one has a whole bunch of little pieces that are going to pop out. So I'm just going to, you know, use my take your pick tool and try to kind of get that started popping out. Alright, there we go. It is a delicate, I'll try to show you the die. It has all the grooves in it to make the wood grain look on the cross, so on the floor. If I don't. I need to sweep and vacuum anyway, so not a biggie, but alright, so I'm almost done poking all that out. There we go. I'll throw this in the garbage. So this is the light side and this is the dark side. And I'm going to layer the light onto the dark and make the wood grain. Alright. I like the silicone mat because your glue does not stick to it. If it dries, you can just peel it right off or wash it off or whatever. It's not a big deal. But I want to try to get some glue on this so that it'll stick nicely to the base, and then I won't have to worry. Tedious doing this, but you don't have to do all of it. Just get some big spots. Make sure you get some of these little. I'll figure out what to do with that. I just want to make sure it's all adhered down, or will for me. But this is not the green glue. It's sticky. This one will actually dry nice, and it won't be sticky. Sit down. Okay. So, you don't want to rub it because you will move those little pieces, and then they won't line up properly. Okay, there we go. I did not get it straight. That's close though. Very close. Okay. With the glue, you can move it around a little bit, so it's nice. and then it'll dry nice and solid and it won't move on you. Okay, so see this one here? Put it right over that white spot. Okay? That's what I did last time. I'm going to take your pick tool. These are just foam. We call them makers, or they called us makers, I should say. So I think I put like it right on the card. There we go. I lost 2 of them and one wouldn't come off. I don't really, but I mean, you know. Lots of people do. Alright, so I'm going to line this up with that white cross on the stamped image. I gotta look at it because it doesn't look really straight to me. Let me see if okay, I think that's better. Alright, so I'm done with that. I can get that mat out of the way. Alright. Ooh, look at that one. That would be pretty too, huh? That's better. This is my biggest one that I need to. That's the wrong card. I was going to do the top fold, which is still laying here. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I did not add any ribbon or thread. You know, I have that gold shimmery thread. I didn't add any of that to this card. You can, if you want. It would dress it up a little bit more, but I don't think it's really necessary. So I'm choosing not to do that. Let me see if I can line this up. I don't like that. It didn't line up very good. That side looks better. See, there's the tricks. If you don't like how it looks on one side, flip it over, try the other. Nobody will know. Besides, they love handmade cards. They're not going to complain about it, I'm sure. Paper cutter out here. This is 5 1/4. So I'm going to do it at, I'm going to cut it at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches because the card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this should fit in perfectly right in there. And look, I've got a curled corner. So I don't want that piece. Let me see if I can cut another one. Still have leftover for something else. Alright, so now I can put this right here. See, it's perfect. Fits perfect in there. I think I'm going to stamp it first, but let me put this on here. I'm going to leave this flat because this is popped up. I don't want to pop it up too much because I want to be able to mail this. I'm going to glue that. Put the pin back in. And then shimmer in here. Oh yeah, that's adhering just fine. Gonna make sure the card opens at the bottom. Have you ever done that? Put a card together and it was either backwards or upside down. I used to do that all the time. And then I learned to look before you adhere anything. Or if it's directional, you have to look. I mean, there's just not an option. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the inside of this. I'm going to use the same sentiment. I'm going to use my Stampin' Positioner. And I want the words right. I'm going to line this up right here at the edge. Magnet there and a magnet down here. So this says, let your faith be bigger than your fear, which I think is very important right now with everything else going on in the world. We need to have faith that things are going to work out. I don't like fear. I'm not going to get into it. Don't worry about that. I just think it's important that we farther than I wanted to the right. Move it over a little bit more. Okay. 3. Okay. Maybe just a hair more. Alright, sorry for getting my head in your way if I did. Now that I have this positioned where I want it on my paper, I'm going to press down and pick that up. You don't see that. Okay, it's good. Now I've just got to make sure I lined this back up right. I didn't clean my stamp. So that's what happened. Alright, make sure that I got it where I want it again. Okay, it's good. Alright, now I'm going to take my Memento ink. This is something that's important. Okay? If you like the ink as while supplies last. So, if you want your ink refill or something like that, you need to get it ASAP. Because I have no idea when they're going to run out for sure. But they are bringing out a new black ink that is good with markers and watercoloring. So, you need to think about that. I'm going to use a sample piece here because I don't trust this. Sometimes I ink my pads a little too much. Oh, that would be perfect. Okay. I think I over-inked this one a little bit, and so it gets a little sloppy on my stamps, and I don't like it when it messes up and gives me... Alright. I didn't hold that one down like I did the other stamp because I didn't want any blobs. I'm not going to fuss over it. Okay? If I can get that out of the way, I'll have to remember to clean that stamp. Get that out of the way. This, let it dry a second, and then I'll put that in the card. I almost lost the card, but it's right here. I found it. I didn't move it very far. Alright, so I'm going to just put this in here. If I get this corner and this corner and the bottom lined up, it is like perfect at the top. Okay? You can, let me see what I want to do in here. I think I am going to put this little leaf. Let me put these back over here. Down here. Just to decorate the inside of the card a little bit. Now, if you wanted, see this little strip that I have right here? This extra piece? I could put a piece of this in there. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will. Just to decorate that a little bit. You can still stamp if you want, but I don't want to. So, I'm going to only do about a 5/8 inch strip. And then I'll have to cut it down to the 4 1/4. Actually, I probably should just do 4 because that's what I have the white at. And I think I'm going to take the other end off. There we go. Okay. Little tiny bit cut off. That's it. Alright, now I'm just going to put adhesive on. I'm out of tape. I ran it out of tape. I don't know if it is out of tape though. I just used up, I forced the last little bit off of it. Just prefer not to. I don't like it getting all over the place and having to use the extra mats and all that kind of stuff, so I just don't. But there, isn't that pretty? I'll bring it up. I'll make sure I put pictures of the cards on here so that you guys can see them when I'm all done. Let's see, what else do I have? I have this already cut out, and I have this already cut out. Do a textured, should I do white under there? A white textured piece? Or should I do, oh, let me, I don't have any up here either. Let me grab a brown real quick. Well, maybe. I can't get through. I have my little side table out. Scraps of brown. Do I want to do that one? I think I do. Because that's the color I used for the cross, I believe, in that one. I think that's what I did. Oh. A texture. So let me see. Let me see if we want to do that. Get the scrap out here. It's not big enough. Of course it's not. Okay, well there's the other scrap I could have used too. 3/4, because I want it smaller than the... No, you know, this is 4 1/4. So I probably want it at 4 by 5 1/4. Because that way it'll give me, and I'll use that. I'll use the brick one. Got all my scraps falling down now. Get that out of the way. Alright, so the embossed side, the part that's going to be popped up, is going to be where the label is. So if you put your cardstock in this way, or this way, wow, sliding around, supply. Alright, so this is the debossed side. Can you see that? That's the debossed side. Can you see that? That's the debossed side. It goes in. That is the embossed side, and it comes up. So I did it the same color as the card. I notice a lot of people are doing this lately. They're using the same color, only a lot of times, a lot of people are doing this lately. They're using the same color, only a lot of times they go right to the edge. This didn't line up. I like my corners to be perfect, so, although I'm not perfect and I know that. But I want my corners to be. Ah, and I forgot to grab my, grab it. It's right here. Grab it. It's right here. Almost fell over. That's how dedicated I am to this, you guys. I fall over and I just pick myself back up and come back to the camera. Of course, I didn't hurt myself. I caught myself before I went down. We're all good. Okay. Caught myself before I went down. We're all good. Okay. There. Alright, let me see if I can get this. I think it's about an 8 all the way around. If I can get this, I think it's about an 8 all the way around. That looks pretty good. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I do like that. So, see, this one's really pretty. I just like this paper. That's what my problem is. And I know I haven't used it much. So I turned that around because I have the direction of the leaves were going the wrong way. So I just wanted to turn around and put it back where it looked right to me. Just trying to line it up so it looks pretty easy. I'm not going to. It should be fine. You could also pop these layers up if you wanted with your foam tape or foam dimensionals, but I'm not going to do that either. So that's that. So my table up here so I can get my tools off my desk. I have some things that are already cut out, but they're too big. So, yeah, they're too big. No. What I think first is put this aside twice because I can't do them together. They're the same size, so you can't layer them on top. So, and I want to make sure the dark side is the outline, or the base. Get my tape again. And then I'll run the lighter side up. So, let me get back to the catalogs before I forget. So when I have to have the catalog order sent in by the end of March, okay? You guys will receive them the end of April. I don't know the exact date, but I know it's like usually around the 22nd or something like that, I think. Send them out. So, I moved that a little bit. I don't want it off. For you to purchase from in May, like May 5th or 6th, I think. So, this catalog, the current catalog we have right now, so the end of April will be the end of this catalog. So, if there's something in there, I have not seen yet, other than the, I know the Memento ink and the StazOn ink is going. I saw that today. So if you want to get those, you need to get those before they run out, which, what was the other thing I saw that was retiring? Oh, so those are retiring as well. And we have the new colors, which I shared, I think last week, that are coming out. And I can't remember what they are, but you can go back through my Facebook page because they're not too far back there. So if you want any of those colors, you might want to get them soon because they are discontinuing them. It's only while supplies last, which may not be very long. So, let me get all these little pieces out of here. Okay, so, let's see. What else was it? Oh, the new catalogs are going to be 4 months. So it'll be 3 times a year that you get catalogs, and it will have everything in them. No more having to search through 2 catalogs or overlapping catalogs or any of that kind of stuff, which will be really nice, I think. It'll be nice to have the everything in there, because I don't like having to go to 2 different. I go online. If it's in the catalog, I usually go to the catalog to find out exactly what page they're on, and so I know exactly what they're looking at. So, one catalog. So all of the inks and the paper, all of the core tools and things like that will be in the same catalog with your paper and all your stamps. They did say that they will pick, I think it was 1 suite, elements of that suite. So, we don't know what that one is yet. They haven't told us that, but they did tell us that they would be picking one that we could count on being able to use it all year long. So that will be nice. Let's see, what else was it? They had did it. It's called On Stage. It's Stampin' Up's version of a convention, and a lot of the a lot of the demonstrators got awards and different things, so it was kind of fun to watch. No, I don't want to go to those. I've been to one. I don't need to go back. It was okay. It was in 2001. A long time ago. I went to a few of the mini, the close to my heart ones when they had it up in Seattle, but they were mini. There was only, you know, I went with my team. I didn't have a downline at the time, but I went with my upline and my teammates. So, okay. So, I want to put that on. I think I do. So anyway, it was fun to watch some of the new product that the demonstrators. When you go to convention, you get free product. Not exactly free, because you have to pay for your way to get there and the hotel room and all that kind of stuff, and that's quite expensive. So that's why I don't go to those. I just don't want to spend that kind of money. It's fun. Okay, so oh, there it is. I was going to say, where's the die I need? Okay, so I think I'm going to go right there. I need to put my tape back on it. Okay. Let's see, what else was there? I told you to sign saved, and you've opted in for mailing, or for contact. I don't harass people. I don't call everybody every week or every month. Shoot, the other night I got in there to look for something for one of my customers, and get the email that said they purchased from me. So now I have to go back and send some thank you cards out that I haven't sent out because I didn't know about. I tell you, the last couple weeks has been a little crazy. We got some, I don't know if it's love mail or hate mail from Italy. A traffic violation we didn't know we got came through the mail finally. It's only been like 8 months. So now I got to try to figure out how to pay the darn thing, because nothing. I'm following all their instructions and it's not working. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get it paid, but we'll see. So I'm going to put the foam dots on the back here, and like I did last time, I did about 6, just so that it keeps it even. I don't like it when there's not enough like foam or whatever you put under there to keep them from like bowing. I don't want my stuff to bow. I just want it to be beautiful. So foam on there. Plus, I got to get this stuff used up. I mean, I don't know how long the adhesive lasts on these things, but I've had these a while. So might as well get them used and full crooked. We'll see. We'll see. So now I'm going to put more adhesive on here after I unbury my tape gun. Okay. Now you could, there's so many things you could do with these cards that I haven't even done in a while. I've been getting kind of lazy with some of it. So you could take a sponge dauber, or just a piece of sponge. Here's a sponge that I've used on other things, and you could just, I don't want to use the I can get it in the right camera. This one's got brown on it, so I don't want to use it, but you just run your sponge around the edges. You can do it on all of your edges, not just the white, but you could do it on the green too, and it just makes it's like a distress look where it just pops it a little bit more. So make sure that's even. Okay, and then just press it down. There. pretty? I love this paper. So I need to do something on the inside as well. So that gives you 3 different types of cards. I think what I want to do here, I'm going to get a smaller, okay. So I want to use God is Love, because that's what I have available. Okay, and I know I've used it before, but I'm still going to condition it. You don't have to do this every time. I just like to do it sometimes because sometimes it just helps the ink stick better. Alright, so I'm going to try to do this without getting it all over. I want a nice, let me show you what I'm doing. I'm just tapping. I'm holding it flat as I can and tapping. That's all I'm doing. Gently tapping because I don't want all that extra ink in there. Alright, so now I'm pressing down. I'm holding a little bit, and I pressed a little too hard, so it smooshed it out, but I'm still going to use it. So, let's see. I know there's a die around here somewhere. Not there. That one's not it. What did I do with them? I had them. Right here. I think maybe one of these will work. Like this one maybe. If I can get it out of there. Janice, just pull the whole thing out. Save yourself some grief. I don't know. Sometimes they just do it. I don't know about you guys, but okay. So I had to clean out my guest room, and all that stuff came in my stamp room. So last week, I couldn't do my lives because I couldn't get back here. I had all my fabric back here. And I was just too tired with all the stuff running around. Steve and I had to go get new glasses. And by the time I got home Thursday afternoon, I was just too tired. I could not make myself come in here. Steve even offered to help. I don't have room for them anywhere else. So I've been sewing, trying to get some sewing stuff done so that all that fabric can get used and out of here. Okay, so I've stamped that, but I don't like it. So I'm not going to use it. Well, actually, I punched them because they're banners. Here they are. But I don't think I want the banner either. So I think what I'm just going to do, because I think that is pretty right there. I think what I'm going to do is stamp the inside, and that'll be it. I won't even worry about it. Let's see, where did that stamp go? Oh, it's on that thing. Okay, I'll clean this off. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but it gets all gunked. I got myself a black one. Now I don't have to worry about it because it's black. It does not bother me one bit. Okay, so I'm going to line this up, and if I remember correctly, the last time I used this, I had this at 1 and whatever it is, 4. 1 and 4. Okay, so I have ink. I have a magnet here. So when these come out in the catalog, if you guys want to purchase this Stampin' Up! Platform, the Stamp Positioner platform, and you want some more of these magnets, I found these magnets. They're pink, but I ordered because, so I have to get one for there anyway. But this, I know that it was in the new starter kit for when you sign up as a demonstrator. it was in that for February. So, but I have not heard for sure if it's going to be in the catalog, although I believe it is. Matter of fact, I've seen the catalog. And if I remember correctly, I saw it in there. But there's been so many things going on, I could be wrong. So, okay, so I'm just carefully, because I want that little E right there is not getting ink. And I don't want it too inky. And I really don't want to have to stamp it a second time, but that's what this is for, is you can stamp it a second time. So you can see how I have it. There's little pegs here. And that looks pretty good. I'm not going to mess with it because I like that. So, on it. I'm looking out. I do have some that I keep down here just because I want it handy, but I've also decided to put some up here behind my head, so I will have plenty of white paper whenever I need it. Alright, so this is going to be 4. I'm always using white. I have scraps, yes, but I don't think there's anything that's big enough to use for this. So that's why I'm using a brand new one. And this time maybe you can see what I'm doing because I have it in the right spot for the for the camera. I have a terrible time keeping everything all oh, I don't know when it was. I had moved my camera down because I was having some problems, and then when I went onto YouTube to see the picture, my hands were right there like this, and you couldn't see what I was doing at all. So that wasn't helpful. So I've moved my camera back up into the spot it needs to be. Okay, I did not verify this before I alrighty, there we go. That's good. See, I'll show you if I can get it lined up enough. So sometimes the letters, these letters right here, have a little extra ink, so you can't really see the inside hole of the G, but it's going to be just fine. Alright, so I hope you guys have enjoyed the sunshine as much as I have the last few days. I've been out in some of it, but not all of it. Not like I wanted to, but I've been out, you know, doing my chickens and things like that. So I've been in and out of the sun and enjoying what I can of it. Oh, and then let me get this piece back out, and I'll trim another piece off of it, and we'll put it on the inside of this card too. I just love that. I think that is so pretty. I'm probably a little biased on the paper. I do like it. Is a go. Oh, and you know what I did? I forgot to trim it down to 4 inches. So, I'm going to do it by hand. Huh? This is what happens when you forget to do that. You just go in here and go this way. You just go, I got this. There. And you can't even tell. Okay. So, that's my 3 Easter cards. I'll take a picture. This is the top fold. I know you can't really see it from that angle. This is the side fold, and then this is the eagle crowd. Look at my mess, you guys. This is crazy. Okay, so now I've changed the angle for YouTube, so I won't be able to get them all in there. I'll have to move back my watching myself a little. Alright, so there's the 3 cards. So I also need to put something in here before I can finish this. So I'll do that, and then I'll post them on my Facebook page. Let me look real quick to see if anybody had any questions while I was jabbering along. Oh, hi, Gina. Let's see. I don't see any questions. The cards I made. The one I kind of went off of was the lighter side of this one. Nope, that's darker. I was going to say it's that one, but it's darker. So, not Lost Lagoon. I'm not seeing it here. I may not have any. Let me see. I think I have a strap right here. Right here. Yeah. So it's this one, and this is the single tone. The one tone, it doesn't have both. I'm trying to get it in the camera here, and now I can't find it. Okay. So this only has the one color on both sides. Pretty sure, yeah. So this, I use the one color. You don't even notice. But I pulled that in because of the leaves. So, but I like the cards. So, let me know what you think in the comments. I will post these on the Facebook page. I just looked at my laptop keyboard, and I found the flowers that I cut out already. So maybe I'll go back and look and see where I can put these. Or maybe I'll just make another card and use them on that. So anyway, I'm going to hop off here before I keep rambling too much, because I'm tired. And I will see you guys next week at 6:30.